Welcome again to my filthy studio, where I'm working on now the third story for Perfect, which is the third story in the third volume of Perfect. Last time I posted one of these videos, it was I think that was about 5 months ago, and I was saying that we might have a book finished in 6 weeks. Well, I had most of my stuff finished in 6 weeks, but I didn't realise that I'd need to be doing another story because I think somebody else didn't do a story, and so it looks like it might be all me in this book. Now I thought you don't want to see the side of my head. I haven't got my hair; it's just awful. So what I'm going to do is just zoom the camera right in onto the screen, and then just talk through what's happening on the screen. Now I have a pretty strange way of working. I only devised this story about a week ago, and it doesn't matter if I map out an entire treatment and a script. I'm going to deviate from it anyway because I still develop the story as I go along. So my weird way of working is to, and I've done the same thing with when I was doing Venice Planet, is I just create pages and I just place bits of dialogue in them wherever that's going to be happening. The next thing I do is probably just put balloons around them. I've got a separate layer for balloons on most of these. I haven't done it on this one yet. There's another page here done up. So in some cases I've just drawn just roughly where things are going to be. So I know she's going to be coming through a door there. This has got a lot of dialogue, a lot of captions in it, because nothing much is happening in the picture. It's just her coming through a door at the end of the picture, and then there's voices off. So that this speech bubble here, I've got a little pointer here. Someone's a little pointer. This one, this speech bubble here, goes out through this door, so out of the picture. So there's nothing happening. We just want to establish if she's in a room, or she's in a corridor, or entering a room. Here's a nice close up. You can always get away with a nice close up now and again because we can see her thinking, we can see her listening. The very important thing for me is I'm not much of an action drawer. I do draw action things, but for me it's more about what the characters are doing, their faces. It's like she's thinking, she's grumpy here. The faces are so important. And something I've done here, which I think is a new thing, page 3, is it this one? I think it's this one. I'm going to change 2 of these because they're going to be similar, but I've done one and I've just cloned them for the other appearances of this. But it will be the same thing, but there'll be a slightly different position, so it'll look like it's not just a rubber stamp. But over the top we have this made up word which is spelt PLMP. It's pronounced bloop. Literally, that has got to be as high as that because it's a do they call it a pizzicato? And as she's going along, when you see this, I want people to think bloop 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 bloop. Okay, the next one is blip, 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 blip. And the final one is blip, 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 blip. It doesn't matter the tone of it, but that's the idea. I hope people get that. Maybe not everybody will get it, but I hope that's what people get. If they don't, it just looks funny anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. So we have her, peering over fences. You see her get from one place to another. She's gonna. There's going to be a caption in there saying, indicating she's going to be following him, and then you see her following him. Then we see her peering over a fence. Then we see her peering a little eye going through the fence there. Oops, wrong button. There's a little eye in the fence. Very pretty eyes she has. And then we see her. And then she's somehow a mannequin in a shop window. Looks like she's being touched up by a dummy there. And then she's in a dustbin. She's in that dustbin. We know she is because her beeper goes off there, and her two-way radio, and it's the chief saying, "You're going to be saying, where are you? What are you up to?" Because she's gone off on a little mission by herself. She likes to do that. There's a reference in here. She's disguised herself as a zookeeper. and there's a reference here which only people of a certain age will get, because the head keeper comes and says, "Oi, Johnny Morris, how about some animal magic?" Now, in that whole sentence there, that would take you back to the 60s, the 70s, and to an extent the 80s, I think, because Johnny Morris was a beloved television presenter and author, and he presented a show called Animal Magic, and he also was just as a zookeeper, and there was a section in the show where they would have footage of animals in the zoos springing about and doing things, or loping about, or whatever they do, and he would give them voices and personalities, and it was anthropomorphizing, and we loved that. I mean, I remember seeing it as a kid in the 60s and think it's the best thing ever, but and then a bunch of busybodies came along and said, "Oh no, that's wrong," because that would give the wrong impression. Animals aren't like that. You're giving them human characteristics, and it's incorrect and it's wrong. It's not educational, and they fell out of favour. So thanks miseries, So that's where I am with Perfect at the moment. I'm all bleached out now because the sun's come out, and now I look all old and pasty. But that's what I am. I'm old and pasty. Well, I'll see you when the book comes out.